Thank you, Christina. We're so happy to have you along for this day of celebration. On this date, WFMT had its first broadcast in 1951. We're going to have members of an organization that had already been around 20 years, the Music Institute of Chicago, that goes back to 1931. It seems like we're kind of making up for lost time today because we haven't had the chance to have live performances on WFMT like we're having today. So thanks for sharing in the celebration with us. And to faculty members and students of the Music Institute of Chicago in this segment, here in the Steinberg Fine Arts Center Recital Hall. We're at Northeastern Illinois University. The Music Institute of Chicago, known sometimes as MIC, a nonprofit community music school located right here in our midst. Campuses in Chicago, Downers Grove, Evanston, Lake Forest, Lincolnshire, and Winnetka. We have 4 of the faculty members of Music Institute of Chicago performing with us today. We'll hear later from Claire Abersold and Ralph Nivame. And we have a student ensemble, the Imaggio Quartet, playing Haydn, and 2 faculty members to begin this segment. Beethoven from Sang-Mi Lee Violin, head of the string department at Music Institute of Chicago, and the head of piano, Elaine Felder, her collaborator, in the opening movement of Beethoven's Violin and Piano Sonata No. 8. Opening this segment of Music Institute of Chicago, two of its faculty members, Sang-Mi Lee, playing violin, and Elaine Felder, piano. And the opening of the violin and piano sonata in G major. Probably more specifically, Beethoven would have called it the sonata for piano with violin in G major, number 8. Here on Classical WFMT, it's our day of celebration coming to you from the recital hall here at the Steinberg Fine Arts Center, Northeastern Illinois University. Dr. Mark George joining us on stage. He's been president and CEO since 2010 of Music Institute of Chicago. I mentioned at the outset, you guys have been around since 1931, so you were already here 20 years when we came on the air in December of 1951.
It's an achievement, and I think anytime anything good has flourished for 70 years or 90 years, it is well worth celebrating. In FMT's case, you've created this brilliant audio and virtual space, a real community for those of us who love classical music, and that is indeed worth celebrating.
Well, as we've been saying, the lifeblood of WFMT in many ways has been live performance. That's why our day of celebration here at Northeastern Illinois University is so important with these performers coming on stage. We're about to hear a student group from Music Institute of Chicago. Now, I want to know, is there sort of a mixture of people who study at MIC who aspire to be professional musicians, as well as people who have a general interest in just acquiring more skill with their instrument? Kind of a balance of those two?
Sure. Well, it's only about 1 or 2% of our students who aspire to professional careers, and we've done very well in training them. But most of our students are there as an avocation in order to maybe build their brains in cases of children, but also to just find joy as adults.
Do you have any special WFMT memory? I'm trying to talk at the end of the day here for me.
Well, I've certainly enjoyed hearing the people that you've just heard now and our students perform. Our academy program, young students have been on the program so much, and it's been so important to them. And this quartet, Omaggio, I think is appropriately named. It's a tribute to this great event.
An homage indeed. So what we have is part of a string quartet by Joseph Haydn, his G minor quartet, Opus 74, number 3, called The Rider, and I'll introduce the members of the group. It's Abigail Park, first violin, second violin, Tara Hagel, Eleanor Detmer playing viola, Jan Nedvetsky is the cellist. Here is this movement, Allegro, from the Rider String Quartet, the G minor quartet of Joseph Haydn. Fantastic. From the composer who's generally known as the father of the symphony, and in this case, also the father of the string quartet. He established the form. Joseph Haydn, that comes from the G minor quartet, known as the writer, and the Imago string quartet are players ages 14 to 17 in this ensemble on Classical WFMT's Day of Celebration. Thanks very much for your contribution today, and thanks for being with us, listening on the radio or via WFMT.com or on our app. We're broadcasting live from Northeastern Illinois University. Taking the stage right now, two of our great friends here at WFMT, Claire Aebersold and Ralph Nybeam, also members of the music faculty at Music Institute of Chicago. There have been so many wonderful performers that we've gotten to know with that Music Institute of Chicago imprimatur, because they're resident artists and ensembles, such as these two artists we're about to hear, Quintet Attacca, Tammy McCann, and Fifth House Ensemble, just to name a few. Claire and Ralph have performed numerous times for WFMT over the years in our Faye and Daniel Levin Performance Studio, and we've missed having them. So it's so great to see both of you here on stage at Northeastern Illinois University. They have certainly been the real champions here in the Chicago area of the art form known as piano four hands, or two players at one instrument. And they're going to give us music of Franz Liszt, his very famous creation inspired by the Legend of Faust, the Mephisto Waltz number 1, Dance at the Village Inn, here in a version for two players at one piano. Piano four hands, Claire Aebersold and Ralph Nybeam. Talk about using the resources of the piano. Franz Liszt, in his very own version for piano four hands of this work, which we know is a work for orchestra and also for solo piano, Mephisto Waltz No. 1. Claire Aebersold, Ralph Nyvame from the Music Institute of Chicago, Mark George, the CEO and president. Tell us a little bit about how these two artists have really advanced this art through the good graces of Music Institute of Chicago.
Well, they've been at the Music Institute far longer than I have, and it's what a great job I have to just present these faculty members and students. But the Nywames have really made Chicago the epicenter, I think, for duo piano. People world round know about them. They've heard them perform. They've heard their recordings, and they come every year to the Duo Piano Festival at the Music Institute.
And we've been so lucky at WFMT to have their repeated performances over the years, Claire Aebersold and Ralph Nyvame, winding up this segment, representing Music Institute of Chicago through faculty and students. Earlier we heard Sung-Mi Lee violin, Elaine Felder piano of the faculty, and the student Omaggio Quartet. Thank you so much, Mark George from Music Institute of Chicago, for being part of this day of celebration.
What a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
We look forward to hearing more live music coming up at 1 o'clock. George Preston will host a segment with the Wind Quintet from Chicago Sinfonietta. Please join us for that at 1 o'clock as our day of celebration.